2023 Wallke X3 Pro has arrived in North America, and today we'll have a look at the latest version to see how it compares to the 2021 model. Before we get started, I'd be grateful for a like so the video will be shown to more people. It's especially helpful if you also subscribe. You'll be notified of new videos, but you won't be inundated as I only produce new videos a few times per year. Overview. Since the beginning, the X3 Pro has been Wallke's flagship bike. It takes the traditional mountain bike form factor, adds fat tires, and electrifies it with the very best engineering, equipment, and features. Next, they built the all-out H6 Superbike, a tour de force of everything a super heavy-duty, long-range e-bike could be. Now they've circled back to the X3 Pro, using what they learned in the A7 and the H6. The 2023 X3 Pro is really an all-new bike. Almost everything from the 2021 model has been upgraded and a number of new features added. Let's take a look. Frame. The all-new frame is much beefier and has upgrades to the hinge and hinge lock. This accommodates the larger 20 amp-hour battery and delivers an increase in payload to 350 pounds. Like all Wallke e-bikes, it houses the battery in the main tube. This gives the bike a very clean look and also shortens the bike's overall length compared to other bikes that make room for the battery behind the upright that supports the seat. It also eliminates the cluttered look other e-bikes have when they scatter battery and other components as attachments to the frame. They've changed the front forks from air suspension to coil suspension. This simplifies maintenance and eliminates the need for a special pump to maintain air pressure. The preload can now just be dialed in rather than requiring air pressure adjustments. The bike has improved polymer fenders with better mounting. The polymer makes them lighter, quieter, and tougher. The new design includes a new bracket attaching the rear fender to the carry rack, which makes a much more solid mount. The new model comes with a wide, sprung, and well-padded seat, which adds another level of comfort to the bike. In the past, riders would swap in an aftermarket seat to improve ride comfort, and I'd say there's no longer a need or a benefit in doing so. The 2023 model has a more powerful hub motor, 1100 watts peak, matched with an upgraded controller necessary to handle the higher current, 28 amps. This delivers more torque and higher speeds. In my testing, the bike gained about 5 miles an hour over the previous model. This is a Class 3 bike and I got 31.8 miles per hour in my testing, but this can be limited in the controller to meet your local regulations. The 2023 X3 Pro is the fastest and most powerful bike I've tested. For all this power, the bike got the Super Duty hydraulic brakes from the H6 model. The brake discs look like what you'd find on a sports car and make the terrific 180mm disc from the 2021 model look downright dainty in comparison. The beefier discs can handle a lot more heat when braking down long, steep hills. This new bike has unrivaled stopping power. An important engineering change I really appreciate is the larger 52T chainring or front sprocket, facilitating higher speeds when pedaling. This makes a much better match between pedaling and the motor power, so the rider can contribute more to the bike's motive power at the top end. The new bike keeps the excellent Shimano 8-speed derailleur for smooth, quiet, and responsive shifting. This is a major feature when compared to the 7-speed systems on most other e-bikes. It's impossible to get a better system. Electronics. The bike has a new multi-mode LCD display with user-selectable digital and analog modes. The new analog mode features a beautiful dial with a needle indicating speed and an inner dial for motor power. It also shows speed numerically for at-a-glance reading. The digital mode is similar to that on the 2021 model with an easy-to-read circular ring that shows speed, motor current, and battery charge state. And again, numeric speed for easy reading. Both modes include indicators for pedal assist modes, battery charge state, headlight, walk mode, and cruise control. There is also 8 status displays organized into 2 banks of 4. You can flip between the banks at will. The first bank has trip functions, odometer, trip odometer, run time since last power down, and current power consumption. The second has internal operating parameters, system voltage, current draw, motor temperature, and controller temperature. As mentioned previously, the 2023 model has a much larger 20 amp-hour battery, providing both higher performance and longer range. The battery features a new key switch that adds several benefits. Like the previous model, the key locks the battery into the frame, protecting the bike's most expensive component from theft. The key also powers the electronics, preventing the motor from being used without it. When switched off, it also eliminates parasitic drains, so the key can retain its charge for months. The upgraded controller motor combination addresses the biggest annoyance of the 2021. The bike now maintains speed display at all times. Like the 2021, this model has cruise control, a welcome feature on long rides or when riding with others. Another very nice safety enhancement is the addition of a pretty effective electronic horn. Like with modern cars, there's a new shaped beam LED headlight with a flat top on the beam pattern. This directs all of the light power down the road while reducing glare for oncoming traffic. New is a gorgeous taillight and brake light with the same bright and even lighting as found on modern cars. This is an important addition for road safety. Riding impressions. Riding the 2023 X3 Pro is even more enjoyable than riding the 2021. The ride quality is excellent and it soaks up rough terrain, making it feel like city streets. With the softer ride of the fat tires, excellent front and rear suspension, and the wider sprung seat, you're almost completely isolated from the terrain. This is about the smoothest ride you can get. Meanwhile, the bike retains the superb leather-wrapped and shaped hand grips that really contribute to ride comfort. The upgrades, higher performance and longer range, do add up to a weight penalty. This bike is about 8 pounds heavier than the last, and you can feel it if you're riding uphill without motor assist. However, on level ground it's hard to tell the difference, which seems about right. The variance would be about the same as riding the bike with my accessory bag or without. You can certainly feel the power difference, with noticeably improved acceleration and hill climbing performance. The larger chain ring greatly improves your ability to assist the motor at high speeds. This is a Class 3 e-bike, and the riding performance of the bike is unmatched. In about 300 yards of level pavement and using pedal assist, I was able to get the bike over 32 miles per hour. On a paved moderate uphill, the motor alone got me to 30 miles per hour. I don't regularly ride at anything like these speeds, but I do use them when there's traffic to reduce the overtake rate of following cars, giving drivers more time to see that I'm there. Also, I occasionally tow a trailer and the bike is better able to accommodate it. The new controller has a much more sophisticated pedal assist. On other models and other e-bikes, pedaling will engage the motor to the full power of the currently set assist mode, and you need to stop pedaling to have it disengage. This makes for erratic speed. With the new X3 Pro, the controller senses gentle pedaling and helps only enough to take most of the load while maintaining the current speed. When you pedal harder, the motor comes in with more power to help accelerate, and then drops back to maintaining speed when you reduce pedal effort. After a few minutes, this seems much more natural, giving the motor system a much more intuitive feel. This is a huge upgrade and one that you'll never understand from looking at the specs. With all the speed and power, the upgraded brakes are the perfect complement. The bike is capable of stopping very quickly, and the beefy disc can soak up long downhills with much less heating. I also like the additional safety of the brake light and the horn. As accessories, I added both the other crucial safety devices needed on an e-bike, a traffic side mirror and a flashing rear light. These added little cost but a lot of safety. The lower contrast of the LCD screen is harder to see in direct sunlight. Better than an iPhone, but nowhere near comparable to the outstanding daylight performance of the OLED display on the 2021 model. I believe this was a compromise to get the controller that adds many of the other new capabilities. Display, motor, and controller are a match set. For me, the trade-off is worthwhile. I'll take all the enhancements at the expense of a slightly less readable display. Night riding is much improved. The headlight gets more light in front of you, with the shape beam putting it all on the road and making you a better citizen by not blinding oncoming drivers. The taillight is as good as the most modern cars, marking you clearly for long distances to the rear. The bike sports very large in-wheel reflectors, making you very visible to cross traffic for long distances as well. The display dims for night riding, and you can control the brightness level for environments from brightly lit city riding to subdued suburban to pitch black rural or highway riding. I use the cruise control so much in my 2021 that I find it an essential feature. On long stretches, I can have the bike hold any speed I wish. When riding with others, we can set our cruise at any arbitrary speed and easily stay together, making group riding very pleasant and enjoyable. For security, removing the key prevents anyone from using the motor and electronics or removing the battery, and you can take the battery with you for extra security. I carry a top-end folding lock and a heavy-duty cable for when I'm leaving my bike to enter a store or restaurant. Although I have a carrier so I can drive the bike to distant destinations, the folding frame makes it easy to muscle the bike into the back of the SUV. It can also go into the basement of the RV and stores more compactly. One unexpected aspect of riding a Wallke bike is the attention it gets. I've received numerous comments about how attractive the bike is, and I've been surprised by the number of people that recognize the Wallke premium brand. I have to say, the bike is beautiful. With the battery housed in the main tube, it doesn't have the appearance of parts and pieces hanging off the frame or bolted under the seat. The Wallke branding is done in a beautiful gold foil, with the logo in the taillight and screen printed on many of the parts. Summary. The 2023 Wallke X3 Pro has so many upgrades and additions it's easier to list the very few things that remain from the 2021 model. Handlebar, the excellent shaped leather hand grips, the heavy-duty carrier rack, the sturdy folding pedals, and the 8-speed Shimano derailleur system and shifter, and the seat post. That's it. Every other component has either been upgraded or replaced with a superior equivalent. Even though the 2023 has a ton of upgrades which better everything, Wallke has reduced the MSRP by $400. Once again, Wallke has reinforced its reputation as a premium e-bike manufacturer. The 2023 X3 Pro is an unbeatable e-bike with the very best engineering and the best available features at an unbeatable price. To find out more about this and other Wallke e-bikes, check out their website. I've left a link for you in the description below.